Hello everyone, you're watching News Mongolia on MNB World. It's Tuesday, June the 13th. I'm Batsir Namshir. Our top stories for News Mongolia. Ulaanbaatar dialogue on Northeast Asian security to be held on June 15th and 16th. All 9 districts of Ulaanbaatar to plant 7.2 million trees by 2030. UN High Representative for Disarmament Affairs to visit Mongolia. For the news, stay tuned. The Ulaanbaatar dialogue on Northeast Asian security will be held on June 15th and 16th. Mongolia has pursued creating a security dialogue mechanism in Northeast Asia since the 1980s. These efforts resulted in the Ulaanbaatar Dialogue Northeast Asian Security Initiative in 2013.
The Ulaanbaatar Dialogue on Northeast Asian Security has been held annually since 2014. The international conference has evolved into an open and inclusive mechanism, bringing together representatives from all countries in the sub-region. Discussion topics cover a broad range of issues, including security, energy, infrastructure, green development, and opportunities for humanitarian cooperation. Mongolia plays an important role in promoting peace and security. Mongolia follows a policy of neutrality and non-alignment, which allows it to maintain friendly relations with all countries in the region without being directly involved in any conflicts or disputes. This impartial stance positions Mongolia as a trusted mediator and facilitator in regional affairs. Mongolia has also been involved in various Track 2 diplomacy efforts, which involve unofficial, non-governmental dialogues and discussions. These initiatives allow for open and constructive exchanges among experts, scholars, and policymakers from different countries, contributing to confidence-building measures and conflict resolution. In 1992, Mongolia declared itself a nuclear weapon-free zone and began actively promoting disarmament and non-proliferation in Northeast Asia. Its stance on nuclear issues and commitment to peace contribute to regional stability and security. Mongolia's rich cultural heritage, including a traditional nomadic way of life and vibrant art, helps foster people-to-people exchanges and cultural diplomacy. These interactions build mutual understanding, trust, and friendship among nations in the region. Overall, Mongolia's commitment to neutrality, mediation, dialogue, economic connectivity, nuclear non-proliferation, and cultural exchange enables it to play a constructive role in promoting peace and security in Northeast Asia.
Ulaanbaatar, the capital city of Mongolia, is preparing for a major tree planting effort as part of the national 1 billion trees campaign. At the initiative of the President of Mongolia, the city has committed to planting an ambitious 65 million trees to meet the nationwide goal of 120 million.
The work of planting 7.2 million trees in each of the 9 districts of Ulaanbaatar will be organized in stages through 2030. There are plans to expand tree nurseries this year and grow saplings through government and private sector cooperation.
At present, 60% of our main activities has been transferred to the private sector. Our goal for this year is to raise that percentage to 70%. The objective is to privatize tasks such as planting flowers and grass, watering, maintenance, and street cleaning. In regard to the city's green spaces, 71% of the budget allocated for the green spaces will be spent on the maintenance of public areas, while the remaining 29% will be allocated for new tree seedlings.
To ensure the upkeep of the city's green spaces, contracts have been awarded to 15 private sector organizations. Previously unable to obtain bank loans or upgrade equipment, these enterprises now have the stability awarded by long-term contracts. The contracted organizations will undertake the work of planting 237,000 flowers, maintaining 20,500 square meters of lawn, and planting 18,500 trees and shrubs.
You're watching News Mongolia on MNB World. Now let's take a look at Mongolia's current affairs. Thailand Culture Day 2023 is set to take place at Ulaanbaatar Square on June 17th. Organized by the Royal Thai Embassy in Beijing and the Royal Thai Honorary Consulate in Mongolia, The event will showcase Thai art performances and pavilions, including an exciting Mawa Thai martial art demonstration. Prominent travel companies offering tours to Thailand will also be present with valuable information on visiting Thailand. Attendees can look forward to indulging in Thailand's renowned national delicacies and cuisine, adding a flavorful touch to the festivities. This year, regular weekly flights have launched from Ulaanbaatar to Bangkok, Thailand's capital city. This development has strengthened tourism sector cooperation between the two countries and is also expected to yield positive outcomes for business and trade. Thailand Culture Day 2023 promises an enriching experience for attendees, celebrating a vibrant culture and fostering stronger ties between Thailand and Mongolia. Izomi Nakamotsu, the United Nations High Representative for Disarmament Affairs, is scheduled to pay a working visit to Mongolia on June 15th and 16th. Her visit includes participation in the 8th International Ulaanbaatar Dialogue on Northeast Asian security issues. During her time in Mongolia, Nakamitsu will also speak to young researchers and students at the National University of Mongolia about international and regional disarmament, future challenges and opportunities. Mongolia has been recognized for its commitment to disarmament and non-proliferation efforts, particularly its non-nuclear weapons status. The country remains committed to promoting peace and disarmament globally. The visit by Izomi Nakamitsu highlights Mongolia's positive role in these areas. Now let's take a look at the currency exchange rates provided by Mongol Bank. Now let's take a look at international news from our partner agencies. United States Secretary of State Antony Blinken has responded to an alleged Chinese spying operation based in Cuba, saying it was part of a wider effort by Beijing that Washington has sought to stymie. The statement on Monday comes days after a U.S. official confirmed that China has been operating an intelligence unit in Cuba for years and upgraded it in 2019.
It was our assessment that
Blinken on Monday said the Cuba operation was one of a number of sensitive efforts by Beijing around the world to expand their overseas logistics basing collection infrastructure, developments the administration of U.S. President Joe Biden was briefed on upon taking office. Beijing's aim was to project and sustain military power at a greater distance, Blinken said. On Friday, White House National Security Council spokesman John Kirby had pushed back on the Wall Street Journal report that said Cuba and China had reached a few preliminary agreements to build a spy base on the island nation in exchange for several $1 billion.
with regard to Cuba, when this administration took office in January 2021, we were briefed on a number of sensitive efforts by Beijing around the world to expand their overseas logistics, basing, collection infrastructure to allow them to project and sustain military power at a greater distance. They were considering a number of sites around the world for that expansion, including intelligence collection, facilities for intelligence collection in Cuba. In fact, based on the information we have, the PRC conducted an upgrade of its intelligence collection facilities in Cuba in 2019.
Cuba's Deputy Foreign Minister Carlos Fernandez de Casia on Twitter had called the report slanderous speculation. Meanwhile, China's Foreign Ministry spokesperson last week accused the U.S. of spreading rumors and slander. Blinken, speaking beside his Italian counterpart on Monday, did not reference the WSG report or its content. Instead, the top U.S. diplomat referred to the spying as a years-long issue, suggesting that response by the administration of former U.S. President Donald Trump had been inadequate. Blinken, who is expected to visit Beijing later this month, said he can't get into every step the Biden administration has taken to counter China's spying.
Governments that are considering hosting PR.
Australia's federal police has always got to keep up with potential rises in crime, plus busy times like holidays and influxes of tourists. In the Northern Territory, its K9 unit is constantly training to make sure it's available and ready for any given mission.
This dog is no ordinary domesticated canine. He's part of the Australian Federal Police, and today he's training in a specially prepared house. His mission is to find hidden contraband. Once he does, he sits to show his handlers he's done his job. And the AFP's canine unit can find all sorts of things.
Our uniform members don't have the ability to see inside bags. However, our canine capabilities are able to detect illicit substances concealed in items. Their ability to locate those items means that we're able to expedite into an investigation.
Looking for things like SIM cards, phones, things that might be hidden by organisations. As the world's going cyber, we need the capability to search for technology.
Like any other employee, these dogs work every day. But when there's no airport arrival crew zones up to patrol or investigations to help with, it's time to learn new skills, including ones that involve the latest technology. But after a long day at work, there's always time for some playful downtime.
Good boy!
Now let's take a look at the weather forecast for the world's major cities. Well, that's all for today. Thank you for staying with us. We'll see you on Wednesday with more news and updates. Goodbye.